I'm Martin. I'm the historical coordinator for the fort, and I'm going to go through the webbing for Jessel here today.
That's great.
Start with the underlying basic point is this belt. All German soldiers, enlisted German soldiers, wore a belt of this style, the black leather, with the Gott mit uns belt buckle, which stands for God is with us. Dates back to the Prussian army before Germany was a country. It was a separate number of states. As you'll see, there's many items on this belt. First, we're going to start with the map case. As Jessel is an NCO, he would have a map case which contained maps, pencils, rubbers, various other sort of compasses, intelligence items. Moving on, we've got a P38 pistol holster. Again, as he's an NCO, he would probably have an MP40 and not a rifle, so he wouldn't have a bayonet, he'd have a pistol as a sidearm. Moving on, just by my leg, you can see here's his water bottle, standard issue to all German army troops. And NCOs, enlists and officers were issued with these. Again, underneath it, you'll see the bread bag. The bread bag was a utility bag that, again, was issued to all troops. It contained food, cooking items, contained various other things like towels, spare socks, other sort of sundries, acted as sort of a small haversack that fitted sort of on the bum of the soldier. And then at the far end you can see his magazine pouch for the MP40. It contains 3 magazines that would hold roughly about 32 rounds each. We've got a couple of mags in there. See, pull that up. And this little pouch here is for the mag loader.
Sorry, what's the mag loader?
The mag loader, it's a little thing, little bit of metal that you put on the end of the magazine to load rounds with.
Oh, I see.
So it'd help you load rounds instead of putting them straight into the groove.
Yeah.
And pressing the spring, it would speed that process up.
Right.
In the middle, we've got the Y straps, which is sort of like the yoke that go around that you'll see on many modern webbing sets nowadays. You see on many of the wartime webbing sets have this sort of thing. It's a leather yoke which clipped into D-loops on the pouch. You can see in my hand there. Because the map case doesn't have one, we put a D-loop on at the front, and at the back it just hooks under the belt, as so. Of course there's no weight on it, so it won't do that today.
Sure.
And then these extra bits will be for hooking an assault frame on, which we don't have, so Jessel's not going to have, so we won't be showing it.
Is an assault frame, is that extra carrying capacity?
Yes, it's an extra, it's called an A-frame because it's in an A shape. It'd be like a little webbing backpack type thing that went on your back. You usually have your mess tin and your Zeltbahn, which is a splinter poncho element that makes your tent, and you'd also get a little backpack in there for extra sort of A-frame bag. At the end here you can see we've got some stick grenades. Again, another common item held by most German soldiers throughout the war. It was a common grenade used by the German army. What you do is you unscrew the cap. There's a little porcelain ball in the end. You pull that. That would then start the charge in the head. You throw the grenade and it explodes. It's on about a 5-second fuse. So you've got roughly about 5 seconds to throw it.
Right.
Yeah, depending on... I'll go back in now.
Don't worry, I'll
Here's one for the
put it in later. Yeah, that's right. Outtake. Oh, we've set it off.
We're back in. We're alright. Fine, I think.
Actually, my understanding is one of those is they had different sleeves to put over them.
They did.
Is that right?
They had a fragmentation sleeve went over it. Right. There's two different styles of stick grenade. One had a sort of like the later ones had a little screw top to it, and there was a special smoke grenade which has got a white rim around the top.
Right.
Usually these would be carried either in sort of marching boots, sort of in straight down into the boot, or in the belt, straight under the back, sit under where the buckle is, straight in the chest, so it could be pulled out, then thrown,
lobbed.
Yeah, easy access.
And would most, or if not all, soldiers simply be given one of those?
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
They come in a wooden crate to whatever unit. And an NCO would just hand them out, 1 per man, 2 per man.
Right.
So it's very, very common to see them on belts as German soldiers throughout the war.
Sure.
A couple of extra items we've got to talk about. We've got a signals torch with the flash hood, which we're going to lift up, and that works there. You can see it's got the green filter on. We can knock that off. Doing that, we can put a red filter on for signalling, or we can have it just as a normal torch.
And would all soldiers carry one of these?
Most of them were issued one of these, yes.
Okay.
Because it's got some leather hooks at the back. Basically, what you do is on the buttons of the tunic, there would button to the top, button to the bottom, or it could hang off a pocket button.
Okay.
And I have seen them hanging off the epaulets button.
Oh, right.
Up on the shoulder.
Okay.
So there's quite a few combinations of where you could wear it.
Okay.
Another item we've got is the torque, which I'm going to demonstrate how it works. Basically goes straight over the head. You wear a sort of neckerchief scarf, or pulled down like this. Almost sort of an old Mother Hubbard type. Sort of keeps your ears warm, the back of your head warm. Quite a common sort of winter clothing item worn mostly on the eastern front, but you see them on the western front, you see them everywhere pretty much. Yeah. It's a common sort of item. I believe they may have been private purchase. I don't know if they were issued or not, but they were certainly very, very common.
Right.
I think that's about everything we've got in it. So
that's great. I suppose maybe the last thing, if I hand it to you.
Yep. Here we have the Jessel's MP40, which is a PFC blank firer. Stock mount.
Yeah, you just have to press it. Yeah, hard.
Now, these were the standard sort of sidearm, standard main arm of the German infantry NCO throughout the war. Most NCOs and officers got issued with one of these. You see with a stick magazine. So we've got 32 rounds of the magazine. It's just sort of full auto fire. It's very good at sort of short ranges, but not that great at long ranges because it's only a 9mm bullet, so it's not exactly the greatest stopping power. It's good at short distances. A common misconception with these that I hate in a lot of films is that you have to stop down, and you see them in loads of films. You see like Where Eagles Dare and things with Clint Eastwood, and go, that is just mowing people down, any ode out, and it really annoys the hell out of me. Because a lot of the pictures you see, the stock is extended, it's in the shoulder, because that gives you greater support, it gives you greater sort of aiming capacity, it makes the weapon more potent. You know, you're spraying it around anyway.
Yeah, anything.
The Germans always had a great belief in they're a very country that's big into hunting, so when they went to war, they had this sort of mentality of shoot to kill, not shoot to have fire suppression, which is an American thing, which is lots of semi-automatic weapons, firing, keep the enemy's heads down. Whereas the Germans would do that with a 42, do that with an MG42 big machine gun, give cover and fire to the riflemen, and the NCOs with semi-automatic weapons would be trying to make every round sort of matter. Right. So trying to bring down the enemy instead of just wasting ammunition trying to keep heads down.
And these are issued only to NCOs officers?
They were issued to primarily to NCOs and officers. You do see some enlisted ranks with them, but they're usually senior enlisted ranks, which would be Gefreiters, Obergefreiters, which are always denoted by the chevron on this arm. And usually those ranks got either the MG42s or the rifles, but there are some pictures, especially of like Panzer Grenadiers, that have got non-NCOs with MP40s, but majority were with NCOs or officers.
Right, and I suppose one last thing on that is it's not actually called a Schmeiser, is it?
No, that's a fallacy that you say it to most reenactors, though, so you're swearing. Schmeiser didn't have anything to do with this gun. Schmeiser invented the MP41, which is similar to this, but with the wooden stock. So with plastic stock, it's got a fixed wooden stock on it, which was troop trialled in 1941, but never was adopted. So it's quite a rare beast.
Right. Okay. So expensive then to pick up.
These were made by Irma. It's a Volmar design. It was made by Irma. So they're often called Schmeiser, and they're called Schmeiser in God knows how many American war films from the 60s. Yeah. You know, bring up that Schmeiser. And, you know, so it sticks. Every 40s weekend I go to us, and I've got an MP40 on the stand, you see, that's a Schmeiser. No, it isn't.
Okay.
So, same with PPSHs. That's a Thompson. No, it's not.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yep.
No, that's great. Okay. Well, thank you, Martin.
Yep.
That's great. And this is all getting in preparation for the rehearsal on Tuesday at Leicester Cathedral. So, and that's what this meeting was about, just to make sure that Jessel was ready with all his kit. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.